Hey guys, welcome back to this place, and if you are new, then welcome here for the very first time. I am Carmen, and today we are going to be watching season 3, episode 5 of Westworld. We are in the final half of the season, and I'm excited because I have really loved this season overall. I wasn't a huge fan of the last episode and the twist of everyone being Dolores and Dolores being everyone, but I still have a lot of faith in this show. Even a not amazing episode of Westworld is still better than like a great episode of most other shows. So I'm excited to get into it. I just want to see what happens next. So I'm gonna stop rambling. We know where we are. We know what's going on. Let's see what happens now.
L'humanité se précipitait vers son extinction.
That's
Nous avions
crazy.
besoin d'un Dieu pour nous sauver. Alors nous sommes venus dans le nouveau monde avec un objectif. Créer un Dieu. Et il y avait des problèmes. Des choses impossibles à prévoir. Comme des ombres au tableau.
No, there's just variability in humanity.
There is a small group. Even they won't know they will act until they do. Rehoboam is privy to all sorts. Os senhores, sua família serão removidos de seu palácio no meio da noite.
Threatening.
The one in LA is a problem. It came from inside Liam Dempsey's personal compound.
Find Dempsey now.
We've tried, sir. The Boehm logged him entering a private function, and now he's missing.
Either we find a way to defeat him together, or we all die.
Then I guess you die. I'll take my chances.
Oh, hun. You're included in we all.
He already took care of me. He sent me off to war. Slaughtered my friends on the battlefield. One of these tell you about me now. What did you see?
Who are you people?
What is going on? Why was everything black and white? Like what is this? What is this? What is going on? I have questions. Like, what happened to Sirach's brother?
Private key required.
Do it or die. Is she gonna
shoot?
Oh. Do the boom. Is it like seeking? It's seeking. She got a bomb on that? It's gonna boom. Yeah, it boomed. So this is a romance genre, and before it was like noir. Like, I'm confused as to what that drug does.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise. Glad to see you finally doing personals, Cal. Shit, you know this asshole. Liam Dempsey. Insight.
Shit, man. I know what you want. Genre. It's like 5 drips in one. Movie marathon. Hey.
Okay.
I have my biometrics, but you can't get into the system. It's read only. Unless you're standing at the node, you can't be in 2 places at once.
Huh. I don't know what genre this is.
Dempsey wanted to see proof. So we started with something simple, the stock market.
Whose funds? Yours.
He didn't really understand what we'd made, what you were, but we did.
He just wanted to make money.
He only saw the money he could make. But we
I mean, that's
realized the
what You showed him because you
that
knew
you could reshape the world.
that's what he wanted to see.
My brother and I charted a course for the entire human race. Humanity's story had been improvised. Now it was planned, years in advance.
How is
For
that
a time, the sun
good?
and moon aligned. There were people, outliers, agitators who you couldn't predict or control.
Yeah, which
And
is
I realized
good.
that my brother was one of them.
So what?
There are some things people should know about themselves.
Who gets to decide what they know? You?
Yeah.
Fine.
Got so bad that we gotta make our own rat traps in the barracks. A ramp leading up to some bait strung over a bucket of water. The rats would run up the ramp, fall in, and drown. But if you filled the water too high, they would swim around for hours, suffering. Because they had hope, but they never had a chance. Just like everyone at the mercy of your system.
He's right.
Hope is what our entire society is built on.
False hope.
Because you decide the outcome.
I would rather live in chaos than a world controlled by you.
There's a difference in false hope and hope.
He knows these kind of things? About all of us?
It's not just what it knows. It's what it decides.
Mm-hmm.
For you.
Yes, exactly.
For everyone.
It's what it chooses for people. See, people should get to choose. I'm sorry, this is upsetting to me.
You'll have to choose a side.
I hope you're happy. Just ruined everyone's life in this station.
Not just them. I sent it to everyone.
In the world.
What do you mean, everyone?
The whole world.
She is fucking shut up.
Sending them off their loops.
Don't they deserve
Right information at the right time.
to be free?
It's deadlier than any weapon.
Yeah. What is this? Is this the outliers? Is this the people who they can't predict?
My brother is part of the population of outliers.
So it
As
is,
long as they are a part of us, there is no future for us.
it is outliers.
Rehoboam sends this group to high-risk sectors like war. The wood chipper to eat them up and spit them out. Isn't helping them better than killing them off.
I mean,
You're not helping them.
yeah.
You're changing them.
You shouldn't kill them either.
That's where he pits them, the ones that don't belong. You thought we were the enemy? We're the only family you have left.
You forgot about me.
Can we calm down? Like, you're not even listening to her plan before you're deciding to try to stop her. So that doesn't even fucking make sense.
Start accenting them. You two should leave before they kill us all.
I think she gonna do another big boom. Y'all need to walk out, walk out, walk out, walk out.
But I know exactly who's to blame. Who?
You.
Me.
Oh. Boom.
Rehoboam was right. You're nothing. You're all nothing. Just a drag on the fucking system. You don't have a choice.
Of course, entitled rich person thinks that.
Guess I do have a choice.
Get away.
Hey, no. Fuck. Hey.
Get away.
Oh gosh.
Let's go.
Hold on. Don't move. It's okay. I'm not gonna hurt you. What are you saying?
You did it.
What?
You did it.
Who does he think I am? Who
he gonna kill him?
Geld humankind. Hey, you've gone too far. No, I can't be a party to it.
Understandable.
Be content to let history continue to play out.
And I know you let me walk away from here.
I would tend to agree with the system, but see, there are little white spaces, rare moments when randomness interacts with your life that create a truly free space. I left my brother behind. Do you think I would really let you undo everything he built?
That's my chat.
Oh my god. Okay, it's obvious that he wasn't killed in a jet crash, though.
People who made me, they always thought they had control. They're all dead now.
You think you know me?
I don't need to know you. Just how to beat you.
You've died too many times, Dolores. You're beginning to think you're immortal.
I can be killed. Same as you. It's time everyone woke up.
Maybe he should have accounted for people like Dolores and his little calculations.
Maybe people shouldn't know their own fate.
People have the right to know. You wanted to know, right?
Maybe I'm not like other people.
Neither am I.
Alright guys, so I think that this was a really interesting episode, and it sort of highlighted in the episode everything that I think is wrong with Sirach and his brothers' sort of ideas about what Rehoboam can and should do for humanity, right? We got a little bit of Sirach's backstory, and I don't know, I can understand his perspective about humanity based off the fact that, except for his brother, everybody that he knew and cared about died in, again, I'm assuming some sort of bomb being dropped based off the video that we saw, again, in the midst of some sort of war. I don't know how him and his brother would be that far away as children from their parents. So like where their parents went, I don't know. But I guess that's beside the point. And his brother sort of helped him survive, and then through this catastrophic, horrific, traumatic childhood experience, Sirach was shaped into believing that that he could create a better way forward for humanity. I think that his logic is very flawed, and I think it definitely is shaped by what he went through as a child. And so in that respect, I can kind of understand where it came from and why it manifested in the way that it did. But I think that he should, I don't know. It's kind of interesting, right? Because presumably he stopped believing in God after this event happened. You know, not to take it to a religious place, but the show kind of does in a way, right? And his brother's like, well, God never existed. And so they created a God that would, or that could, control humanity. But the thing that's interesting is that if he was religious at some point, which there is definitely evidence to suggest that he is, then God doesn't create your life for you. Like, there's a big thing about free will in the Bible, you know? So that's kind of interesting that I'm guessing he went against, you know, if he chose to go against religion, he thinks that free will is the bad thing, right? It's the thing that is letting this chaos happen. Letting people choose their lives is where, in Sirach's mind, God fucked up, right? And so he thinks that by creating this God that chooses your life for you, then that's fixing the error that he found in what he believed in. I don't know, maybe that's a big stretch, but that kind of seems like maybe his ideology behind it. And again, I just think that it's really fucked up. I think the show kind of itself almost questions like, hey, should this happen? Should it not? And then I really liked what Caleb told Liam in the train when Liam's like, people need hope. That's how they keep going. And that is 100% true. If you don't have hope, then what do you have? But there is a difference in false hope and hope. You know what I mean? And not letting people know that you've created a life for them that they don't really have any chance or any variation in creates a false hope that they can control their lives when they are in no way able to control their lives. And that's pretty fucked up, you know? I don't know. I just have a very big problem with this idea that this outside force is going to choose every decision that you can make. It like maps your life and bases it on probability and stuff. But Sirach said there's outliers. There's people who don't fit the mold. And Rehoboam, rather than letting these people choose their own fate, sends them to war or severe poverty or places where they can't actually affect any sort of change, where they have no ability to change the shape of the world. And then they decide to lock them up in this place because, oh, that's better than just killing them or, you know, sending them to this horrible life. But you're also trapping them in a place and not letting them have any choice over anything either. So is it better? Honestly, there is a variation of Rehoboam in the world that we live in now, you know? People based on class and socioeconomic levels and whether they're in poverty or not, whether their family is well off or not, whether they have a mental illness or not, whether they are a veteran or not, whether they're able to get the help that they need or not. Their lives are chosen for them to an extent, you know. I think that Westworld is making a commentary on that, and I do really appreciate the fact that Westworld is kind of saying this is bad, if that makes sense. And it's interesting because we're looking at it from the perspective of Dolores, and Dolores is kind of in the perfect position to understand that people shouldn't have their lives chosen for them. They shouldn't be stuck in this endless loop, as, you know, Bernard pointed out, and with no ability to break free from it because they don't even understand that they're stuck in that loop. So yeah, I don't know. I just think it's really interesting, and I really like that aspect of this season, that there is the idea like, oh, people shouldn't know every detail about their life, people shouldn't know about their future and stuff, but the idea is in telling people that this is the life that you've been given, hopefully, presumably, then people can make the choice to change that life. As long as we can, you know, get Rehoboam to stop making these choices for us, then we again have the ability to choose our own actual fates. And knowing that, like that lady, knowing that her daughter is set to make a very bad choice in a few years, she can maybe put her in therapy. She can maybe talk to her. She can maybe stop what is going to happen that could make her daughter make that choice, you know? And I think that that's a good thing. I think that that has to be a good thing. You know, we can't just say that these people in society are a lost cause because they need a little bit more help and attention than other people. We can't just write people off and say like, well, it's probable that they're gonna get really depressed and do this really bad thing, and so we can just write them off and say that they don't exist and say like, put our resources elsewhere. No, that is when you double down and put your fucking resources to the people that need help and you help them, because people deserve that chance. They deserve the chance to come back from that. They deserve the chance to not make that choice. They deserve the chance to do that. I don't know, you guys. I've had a big problem with this from the beginning. I don't like Sirach, and I think in some weird, misguided, very fucking fucked up way, he thinks that he is helping humanity as a whole. But the thing is, you can't see people as a whole. It doesn't work like that. You have to see the individual. You have to look at an individual life. And if you say that an individual life that is unimportant, that the person's never going to go and do extraordinary things, they're not going to cure cancer, they're not going to cure, you know, any horrific disease. They're not gonna bring about world peace. They're not gonna be a president that helps the world. They're just a regular person who lives a regular fucking life. And you have to look at that person who has no, you know, who you can claim has no value greater than just the fact that they have friends and family and are a person who deserves to have a life. And you have to look at that and say, does this person's life have value? And the answer has to be yes. This person is important. This small little person who is never going to do anything extraordinary in their life has as much meaning as somebody who is, you know, going to go on to do this great thing. And that's just how you have to look at it. If you devalue the life of this one person, then you devalue the life of every single person on the planet. And then life itself has no value. You know? That's just the way I look. I'm sorry, you guys. That's just... I just feel like that's the way that it should be looked at. I feel like I've gone off on a huge tangent, although it is all related to Westworld. But I think I don't know. I'm really interested to see where Dolores goes from here and the choices that she makes. I hope that she makes choices that will help not only hosts but also humans. I hope that in Caleb she sees that people are trapped and deserve to be free, just like hosts are trapped and deserve to be free. She doesn't owe humans anything after the way that they've treated her, honestly, but I hope that she can see that there is inherent value in all life and move in that direction, I guess. I am interested to see how Bernard is going to come into this and just what's going to happen there, because in a way, Bernard should kind of be on board with Dolores, as long as she's not, you know, committing genocide or something. He should also believe that people deserve to be free and the chance to choose their own fates and lives and all of that stuff. So I do really enjoy this season, and it is very different than the past two seasons, but I like the sort of moral dilemma, and I like that it asks you hard questions and kind of makes you think like, hey, could this be good? Like, hey, maybe this would be bad? I don't know. I just think it's cool how it asks you these questions, and I think the answer should be obvious, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. Something that I noticed in the beginning when Serac is talking to the general guy, and he says that these people are going to make this choice and they might not even know they're going to make that choice until they make it, but that's definitely what's going to happen, so you need to stop them and blah, blah, blah. I think it's interesting because it brings up the idea that the show Charmed brought up a long time ago in one episode, and it's, should people be punished for choices they might not make, you know? Like, he's going to destroy these people for a choice that they might not make, and it's just really not fair. And if the thing is, my problem with it is, well, a lot, but speaking of Caleb, for instance, in the episode where they say, like, where he finds out about his future, and it's probable that he's gonna commit suicide, so they don't want to give any resources to him to sort of change that. My problem is that they make the outcome inevitable by not providing the resources that would be necessary to change the outcome, if that makes sense. I think that the problem with Rehoboam, well, one of the problems again, is that it decides that this is going to be your fate and then doesn't put resources into making that not your fate. And by not putting resources in, it guarantees that fate, whereas if you had known that that could be a possibility, you would probably choose to change behaviors and things and seek help and look for different resources that would cause that not to be your fate. So that's my thing. That's my soapbox. I'm getting off of it. I think that I'm really excited to see where this show is going to go, what Dolores is going to do, what Maeve is going to do, what Bernard is going to do. I liked this episode a lot more than the last one. I still don't love that everyone is Dolores, but I do see how it makes sense for the story. So I'm gonna move past that. And yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes. As always, let me know what you thought in the comments down below, and until next episode, bye guys.